Good morning. Good morning. How you all doing? All right. Welcome to day 4 of Social Media Week. I hope you all have been enjoying the content, the festivities, the extravaganza. We are very excited to have you here at the Sound Control Full Day Music Hub. We've got a lot of great events, and it's going to roll all the way through the night. We've got cocktails and DJ Junior Sanchez DJing tonight. So my name is Jesse K. I'm the co-founder of Sound Control. You'll be seeing me a lot today. I'm hosting the whole affair, but we want to kick into the first panel today with an amazing duo, a board member of Sound Control, the head of the Clive Davis Department of Recorded Music, a friend of mine, and someone I look up to, Jason King. And then he's going to be interviewing the famous Nick Jonas. So I'm going to bring Jason out, and he's going to kick everything off. A reminder that you can stream this live at Red Bull USA/Music Hub, and you can also be checking this all out. And feel free to also continue the conversation on Twitter, online, with the hashtag Music Hub, SMW Music Hub. Sorry, a little slow. This is the music industry. We are music industry folk, and maybe not the most morning people, or at least me, but anyway, this will continue to roll. And without further ado, Jason King and Nick Jonas.
Good morning. How is everyone? Good. Well, welcome to Social Media Week. As Jesse K. mentioned, my name is Jason King. I'm the artistic director of the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music at New York University. And happy to be here and happy to be talking today to Nick Jonas, here to my right. Probably doesn't need an introduction, but going to give him an introduction anyway. Nick Jonas is an artist, musician, songwriter, and performer. He spent part of his childhood on Broadway, performing in shows like Annie Get Your Gun, A Christmas Carol, Beauty and the Beast. He is best known, however, for, of course, his work with his siblings in the Grammy and Emmy-nominated trio, the Jonas Brothers, who burst onto the music scene in 2007 and since then have sold more than 8 million albums worldwide and established themselves as a massive touring and live concert phenomenon. Of course, they've also had a major film presence with the Camp Rock series and their own theatrical film in 2009, Jonas Brothers 3D Concert Experience. Nick's also helmed his own solo breakaway band project, Nick Jonas and the Administration, and he's never strayed far from the theater. He made his London West End debut in 2010 in Les Mis. He did the 25th anniversary Les Mis concert also in London at the O2 Arena, and last summer he played Link Larkin in the Hollywood Bowl all-star production of Hairspray. And, of course, he just made his return to Broadway in the iconic role of J. Pierre Finch in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. So today we're going to talk a little bit about his relationship with social media. We're going to find out how he's doing with his 8 shows on Broadway, and just kind of chat, and then we'll have time for audience questions at the end. So Nick, the first question I want to ask you is really basically for people who aren't in your demographic. So people who might ask why Nick Jonas and social media. And I want to just read something. So there's a website called Klout, K-L-O-U-T, and it's a website that calculates the impact of online social activity, like posting messages and status updates, and they basically create a ranking of the most influential people in the world in terms of social media. And so Klout's ranking as of January 2011, they listed their top 20 most influential people. Number 1 was Justin Bieber. Number 3 was Joe Jonas. A little relationship there.
Good to know.
Number 4 was Kanye West. Number 5 was the Dalai Lama. And number 6 was Nick Jonas. So you were ranked as the 6th most influential person in the world in terms of social media.
Love that.
That's great. Had you heard that? Had you seen those rankings before?
I have not seen those rankings.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's a good thing, I suppose. You have to catch up to Joe.
I have to catch up to Joe. What's funny is I have more Twitter followers than Joe.
Got to work on it. Got to work on it. Well, the question I had for you is: do you think of yourself as an influential person in social media?
I think what's been interesting, let me start first of all by just saying thank you for that brilliant introduction. That was very, very classy. Thank you. But as far as the relationship with social media goes, I think that what's been great about my brothers and I and our journey is that we basically came into the scene, the music business scene, right as MySpace was taking off, and found that as a brilliant way for us to connect with our fans, and really provided a platform for us to be able to promote ourselves in a time when our record label, Columbia Records at the time here in New York, was not helping as much. And so we had to go to a different route, and so using our online presence was our only way of doing that. So YouTube and MySpace were our main outlets, and this would have been back in 2005 and 6, and became great for us, a great way for us to connect with our fans. And when we would open up for people, we'd say, first thing we'd say is go check out our MySpace and our YouTube page. And, posting funny YouTube videos as a way to connect with the fans and promote our messages was our main source, because our label at the time wasn't doing all that we needed them to do. And
well, let's talk about that, because I mean, you guys came into the industry at a time in which the traditional music industry was sort of being dismantled and kind of falling apart in a certain sense.
Yeah.
Although you guys did extraordinarily well during that period that the music industry is supposed to have been in demise. But traditional marketing wasn't really working, right, in the social media age and so on. So for you guys, was this just a natural thing? You already had MySpace pages. Were you very conscientious about saying, hey, let's use this MySpace page in order to engage with fans?
I think it was both the fact that we enjoyed MySpace as a way for us to connect with our own friends and things, and then also realizing that it could be a great tool as well, and it created a better relationship with our fans, which was important to us, with the understanding that anytime you use a social media platform, and this was in its earliest stages, so we kind of became hip to this pretty quickly, but anytime you use a social media platform as a way to both connect with your fans and promote messaging, it can be risky. You have to be careful what the messaging is, that it doesn't come across like you're forcing something down someone's throat when it's supposed to be more like a friendship. And now with Twitter, obviously, that's really crucial. And we've